Here's the general outline for getting started. First, you activate the AP as usual with your customer or partner account. Then you log into WatchGuard Cloud. That's where you allocate the device to a subscriber account and set up an expiry date for reminder of renewals. Then you move to the subscriber view to locate the device and complete the wizard. And once the device has an IP address and DNS, you will contact the cloud where it will retrieve its configuration and you'll be able to be more specific. After activation is complete, I will log into WatchGuard Cloud. And once logged in, I go into the inventory menu and navigate down to the access points and unallocated section. That's where recently activated access points are located. If I log in as a service provider, I must allocate the access point to a subscriber account, so I select it and allocate it to my own account if it's just for my business. I'll pick my own account, then pick up a date for reminder of licensing renewal and click Save. If you log in as a subscriber, this is where you would start after the activation. You select Configure, Devices, Access Points, the device. Select the access point again to locate the recently allocated device. An Add Device wizard appears. That enables me to choose the most appropriate time zone and rename the device if I like. For now we'll use the default settings because I have a DHCP available in my network and no VLAN tags. The next page allows me to apply an access point site configuration that was previously created. I will select None for now, but I will discuss how to use access point sites later. The last step is to create a unique password to connect via the command line interface or web UI if I need to troubleshoot the device. And when the wizard is complete, I can now connect my AP to the network. I will now select my newly allocated access point and proceed with the actual configuration. I will now create an SSID for guests, and I will use this as an open network. I will enable it for both the 5 and the 2.4 GHz bands. And I will set a schedule for the SSID, so it will be disabled overnight. Since it's a guest Wi-Fi, I'll do a detour via the Advanced tab in order to enable the client isolation and then click Save. At this point, I'm prompted to schedule a deployment, but in this case, I just want to have the changes applied immediately. And that's all. In some cases, I may need to further configure the device settings to customize the operating channels, transmit power, or simply disable the LEDs, for example. My AP will soon come online and retrieve the configuration updates from WatchGuard Cloud and start broadcasting my Wi-Fi network. Now that we have seen how to get started with a single access point, let me show you how you can scale this whole process with the Access Point Sites feature. Think of Access Point Sites as a way to deploy the most common settings to multiple access points, no matter their device models or their location. Access Point Sites are very intuitive to use. It's in the Configuration tab, Shared Configuration, and Access Point Sites. Click Add Site, then provide a name, typically the name of the organization or the location where the AP will share the same common settings. Then you can configure each feature from its own tile. To give you an example, I will create another SSID dedicated to internal staff. I'll spare you the details and click Save after going through the various tabs, and then go to the subscribed devices and select any AP. Note that you can have only one shared configuration per device, and that the new site configuration will replace an existing one. I click Save and wait for a moment for the changes to apply. Note that as a best practice, a predictive or on-site survey is recommended so that each of your APs use a non-overlapping dedicated channel, that the transmit power is customized per your requirements to have the best throughput, coverage, and roaming experience, and that you find the optimal placement for the devices. In conclusion, Wi-Fi in WatchGuard Cloud is a simplified interface to manage your WatchGuard APs. You still need to do the basics of assessing the best placement for the APs to ensure best coverage and throughput. It's a common good practice to use on-site and predictive surveys to plan your deployment and assign a dedicated channel and transmit power to each AP. And finally, deployments with a large number of devices to configure can get up and running easier and sooner with access point sites. For more information, please check our technical search.